Greetings YouTube, welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution, and today we're going to be completing the security mission for the third island in the game. So this is where we have to learn, first of all, for the first objective, aggressive instincts, which we can pick up over at the research centre, so make sure you do that first, and then we can move on to the main objective, which is to incubate and release a dinosaur called a Deinonychus, or something along those lines anyway, and then we have a slightly harder objective to meet after that, but we'll come on to that in a moment. As a whole then, what this mission is going to involve is incubating this particular dinosaur, but because it's got the aggressive instincts mod, it's actually going to be very angry, it's going to try and escape. So the trick here is to make sure we're using a paddock that has the heavy electric fence. I've tested this with other fences and it just doesn't seem to work as well, but the heavy electric fence seems to do a grand job here at keeping the dinosaur in place. So what I recommend is either using an existing paddock, but bear in mind that this particular dinosaur is a carnivore, so it can only be housed with other carnivores, and on top of that it can only be housed with certain other carnivores because the species of dinosaurs don't always get on with one another. If you've already built a paddock for a T-Rex, for example, then you can actually use that same paddock here for this particular mission, because the T-Rex and the Deinonychus will actually get on just fine. So what I'm going to do though, for the sake of the video, is actually build a brand new pen here, brand new paddock, and we're going to house the dinosaur in here. So I'm just going to do the usual, make a nice big open space. I will be using this for a T-Rex as well a little bit later on, so I'm not just doing it only for the mission. But then once I've done that, I'm just going to litter it with the usual stuff, so eating places, not restaurants, but whatever it is that dinosaurs eat from, carnivore feeder, that's the one, and a few viewing platforms, a little bit of water, and maybe even a gyrosphere as well, though obviously that last one is optional. But just to clarify once more here guys, make sure you do have the heavy electric fence for this mission, otherwise it's going to just be 10 times harder than it needs to be. Okay, so hopefully I've made that absolutely clear, heavy electric fence. And if you see me editing from time to time during this, it's mostly because I'm just going off to the park to do other things that I need to take care of, such as taking care of dead dinosaurs, diseases, sorting out my fossils, my research, you know, the usual stuff. So I've just about finished the pen here by the looks of it. So make sure you select the right dinosaur, the Deinonychus, and obviously then we just need to go ahead and select the one trait that's important for the particular mission. Now you can go ahead if you want and select other traits as well, that's not going to actually affect the mission in a negative way, but aggressive instincts is absolutely the one you do need to select, or the mission won't advance once the dinosaur has incubated. Now it does take quite a bit of time, you might want to make sure you're using the improved incubation speeds, improve success chance if necessary. Just make sure you save your game as well before you incubate, should anything go wrong and you want to reload and try that again. It will take about 10 minutes for the dinosaur to cook up, so go and do other things while you wait for this. And then it'll pop out and the objective will update. And this is possibly now the hardest objective to deal with, but we've just simplified it by preparing in advance and building this pen with the electric fence, but not just the electric fence, the heavy electric fence, as opposed to any of the other fence types.
This new strain of aggressive dinosaur needs to be watched, monitored, and evaluated.
Now you may also want to build another one of these guys, just to help with the social tab, but I found it wasn't really necessary for this particular mission, but I did get one going anyway. But it won't actually affect the outcome of the mission, so don't worry too much about that initially. And so the next objective is just going to involve keeping the dinosaur secure in its pen. So you can distract it, as you can see here, with live bait. It does seem to like that, but ultimately it is going to be agitated, as you can see by the comfort tab there. So if you didn't listen to me, if you say put this dinosaur in a pre-existing carnivore pen that didn't have a heavy electric fence, then you've probably complicated this a little bit, but what you can do in that case, my little tip for you, would be to get the heavy electric fence and literally just build it around the dinosaur in the pen. So that would actually give you double protection in a way, because it would have to escape that and then escape the main fence of the pen in order to get out. But the comfort of this animal is going to go down a lot if you do that, because there's probably not going to be anything in that little bit of pen for it to keep it busy. But at least it should be, you know, keeping it safe long enough for you to actually pass the mission, and then you can just delete it. But I've avoided all of that just by building a brand new carnivore pen here with the electric fence to begin with. And as you can see, it does headbutt the fence. I was trying to build another fence around this guy, but it turned out there wasn't really any need, so I ignored it in the end. I didn't do this. because even though it hits the fence, it's a strong fence, and because it's electrified, it will generally not keep headbutting the same place. It will headbutt it and then move around and look for another part of the fence to attack. So what you want to do is just make sure you've got your rangers on standby, and they should easily be able to repair any damage to the fence before the creature actually manages to get out. The most annoying thing, if you've set this up right, to be honest, is just getting distracted by other areas of the park that might require your immediate attention. But I think this was the only time I had to actually repair a fence throughout the whole 5 minutes. Because I used the correct fence, it wasn't really a big issue. And even though the dinosaur had damaged it on this occasion, it did actually walk away from it, and I don't think I did need to repair it, and I still would have passed the mission. Obviously, I'd want to repair it anyway, but I don't think it was actually required to successfully pass the mission. And to be honest with you, so long as you get your setup correct before you release this little fella, then you'll be absolutely fine. It's not really a difficult mission. It's only difficult if you get the wrong setup to begin with. But hopefully, my little video here has helped you to get the right setup, and this shouldn't be a problem. And as you can see, I'm going to be using this pen now for just a proper carnivore pen. We're going to be bringing some more T-Rexes and stuff in. And there we have it. The third security mission has been completed. Fantastic stuff. Well, folks, I hope this helped you. If it did, don't forget to leave a like and let me know in the comments section how you're finding the game up until this point so far. So I'm really enjoying it, actually. I put a lot of hours into it, a lot more than I expected within this amount of time, but I've got quite addicted to it, so... anyway, folks, we're done, so I'm going to shoot off now. But thanks for stopping by today. Hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'll see you soon for more JWE. Till then, take care. Goodbye.
Irresponsible. I knew I had to watch them. Am I going to have to start watching you as well?